Draped in holsters, harnesses, loaded guns, and live grenades, Apollo and Sam gear up for fieldwork with the affected air of kings donning armor that'll never see a single dent.
I swear this used to fit me.
You've been stuck behind the desk too long, old sport. It's finally time for some action. We're really stirring the pot now, eh?
That's one way of putting it.
Oh, Gia, darling. You're just in time. How do we look?
You look pretty excited for a man who just intentionally started a civil war.
Tut tut. No getting cold feet now. This was always the plan.
Remind me, Hollywood, how many wars have you been in exactly?
Well, if you don't count the siege of Carthage in that swords and sandals picture I did in 29.
Gia's right, Apollo. This isn't pretend.
Ah, yes, yes. Thank you for the lecture, both of you. Now, shall we get to it?
Well, the pipe has well and truly burst now. Nation's crusade is at war with itself.
Lit up like a crate of dynamite practically overnight. You've done very well, darling.
Yes, but the turmoil's spreading fast, and it will be difficult to contain.
Contain? I say we lean into it, old boy. When she sees what's happening, Annie will have no choice but to capitulate.
Let's say Annie surrenders. What then?
That's up to her.
Apollo, you agree with that?
Of course. What are you implying exactly?
Just that my hands are plenty bloody already. I don't need to scrub Annie's off, too.
She's convicted and stubborn, but she's also very young. In my experience, young minds are like gold, bright, but soft and pliable. Annie hasn't hardened yet. I think she can be made to see reason.
At my look, Apollo raises his hands innocently, but brandishes an impish smile, like a child making promises to his schoolmasters with his fingers crossed behind his back.
I'll behave myself if she does.
Changing hearts and minds is one thing, but civil war? Neighbor against neighbor? Maybe we put too much fuel on this fire.
Nation's crusade was already a forest of dry twigs waiting for a lightning strike. Annie would have you believe everyone in her barony shares a single mind. But that's not how people are, darling.
She spread herself too far too fast. She never really cemented her control, not like Eli or Mom did. Her hold over the people has always been tenuous at best.
She's just a kid, after all.
Yeah, a kid in charge of some woodlands that just caught fire. So what's the play?
We let Annie sweat a little, then bring her to the table. She'll fold like cheap laundry. First step is to regroup at our forward base.
It'll be tricky to actually get there with all the hubbub. Reports show the conflict is making normal travel unreliable. Information is incomplete, but our routes into the barony may be limited.
What are our options? Sam points his thick finger at a map hastily scrawled with charcoal, dull black lines indicating where roads have collapsed or become unusable in the chaos. Two paths diverge at the mouth of the barony.
Our scouts say there are civilian refugees fleeing the conflict here. We may be able to squeeze in past them. We also know some dissenters have captured this area here and may be willing to let us through.
Can't make a call looking at some scribbles on a map. Let's get out there and see for ourselves.
About time.
Holding up all right?
You seem pretty familiar with Nation's Crusade. Deal with them a lot with the Undercity League?
We try to maintain civil relations with all baronies when possible. It puts more tools in our belts for when needed, such as relocating our friends from the tomb, or finding somewhere for Cressa.
You really trusted Nation's Crusade with her that much?
Cressa needed somewhere she could recover safely. Many baronies are not kind to us, even when we've paid off our contracts. I knew Nation's Crusade would see her as a human in need of kindness.
No wonder you two are willing to stick up for Annie.
She was kind to Cressa, yes. And she is one of the most reasonable barons I'd ever worked with. However, it's been some years since she became Baron. I'm afraid it's enabled her worst impulses.
Wouldn't be the first person to lose her head over authority. I doubt it's a coincidence that almost every Baron we've run into is a power-hungry maniac. And Annie's got a whole flock cheering her on.
Even so, I want to believe she and Nation's Crusade can be better.
You don't seem nearly as eager as Hollywood to start a revolt. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were planning a funeral.
Apollo is young. He's fought enough battles to get a taste for the thrill, but what we're doing is still war. It may be necessary, but it's not something I take pleasure in.
Spoken like this isn't the first war you've been a part of.
It's not. It was a very long time ago. I was not too dissimilar from Apollo. Young, angry, and driven to change the world now, unable to think of what cost we'd later pay. At that age, I felt I could do anything, even run away from my free home and contract.
You ran away? Without paying off your contract? What about the Terriers?
My eyes hadn't completely changed. Myself and a few others thought if we left before then, we could start again somewhere else. Why should the Baron miss a few Aetherians? I'm sure it's no surprise that the Baron's Terriers found us eventually. They burnt down the new lives we built. After that, I had little choice but to return to the free home.
The Terriers tore apart your new life and forced you back to the free home. What happened after that?
What many angry young people do. Dedicate themselves to revenge. I undermined the Baron at every turn. I broke every rule I could for our people. And when the Baron went to war, we aided his enemies.
It's the sort of tale that'd have Apollo salivating. The underdog Aetherian fighting back against oppression to save his home. But I know there's no happy ending. When the dust cleared, it didn't end up changing anything, right?
I'm afraid it did worse than that. The new Baron was crueler than the last. And when Terriers were not enough to keep us in line, she would employ blacktails.
I feel ice wash down my spine. Blacktails might be high-living adventurers, but almost all of them cut their teeth on the battlefield. Barely trained Aetherians would barely put a dent in them. I'm sorry, Sam.
Thank you. I've had years to come to terms with it. I might not have changed the world then, but I've done what I could, in my own way. Though I would prefer it did not come to war, I'll still stand by you through whatever may come. Good luck out there.
The eerie quiet as we enter Annie's greater pasture is belied by the columns of oily smoke rising behind tenement buildings in the distance. And what's that saying? Where there's smoke, streams of fleeing refugees flow through the main drag like blood from an open wound. On the other side of the block, the air is pierced by the crack of celebratory skyward gunfire.
Oh, listen to that. The people have reclaimed what's rightfully theirs. I say we have a chat with them about their bright futures in the underground, eh?
Well, recruitment's one thing, but what about those refugees? Who knows what they've been through? We may be able to help.
Apollo's champing at the bit. Sam's characteristically hesitant. Another argument looms above their heads like a gathering storm front on the horizon. I interrupt to swat away the clouds. Either way, it's tough, unpredictable terrain to move through. Lots of civilians. We'll need to tread carefully.
Well, you're our resident smuggler. Which path would you choose?
Here, the huddled masses are yearning fiercely to escape the conflict. I see torn clothing, hastily gathered belongings, and the same helpless confusion on the faces of the young and the elderly alike. A voice floats above the bustle of bodies, and I see a troop of Annie's Samaritans trying to impose order on the chaotic assembly. Sam charges forward to intercept, his righteous engine revving.
Wrong way, folks. Head towards Hepburn Avenue.
Leave these people alone. Can't you see they're just trying to get to safety?
What do you think we're doing, Grandpa? Hey, you! Only one item per person!
You can't stop them from leaving.
Who said anything about stopping them? Who are you, anyway?
None of your business, pal. Now let us through. Disdain seeps into his expression like ink and water, but there's a wretched edge to his voice. Something's up. Why does he seem frightened of us?
So you're all traitors, too, I take it. Haven't you done enough? We already agreed to your terms. Just be on your way and leave us alone.
Apollo stretches to his full height, casting a shadow over the man and adding a kick of dangerous heat into his naturally creamy voice.
Just a minute, sport. I don't know who you spoke to, but it wasn't us. Spill it. What's going on here?
The Samaritan's clearly itchy to escape both this conversation and the island, but his confusion keeps his feet glued in place as he replies.
We surrendered. We just want to find somewhere safe. You, that is, the rebels, they said that we were free to leave.
I'm starting to understand what's happening here. These rebels, were they citizens of Nation's Crusade?
Yes, half of them have family or friends among these folks here. Look, we just want to evacuate if we could.
Oh, this is rich. You're telling me you've given up the fight? Annie the Axe's fiercest crusaders, corralling a herd of grandmothers to safety like gentle little sheep.
The Samaritan, raised to dutifully turn the other cheek, flushes angrily at the insult, but keeps his mouth firmly clamped.
Apollo, they clashed with the locals, and they just want to resettle. Let's let them get to it.
And let these fanatics go free without a word? Without answering for what they've done? I don't think so.
What we've done? What about what you've all done?
Oh, I'm sorry. Remind me. Was it the underground telling you what to think? What to believe? What to eat? What to read? When to sleep? Where to go? No. That was your Baron, sport. And you stood behind her through it all, didn't you?
I'm with you, Apollo. This altar boy can't just sneak away scot-free. Apollo Diamond channels every villain and tyrant he's ever played, leering imperiously at the chastened zealot and placing a threateningly gentle hand on his shoulder.
You're done with Annie. Good then. You won't be needing that uniform anymore, will you?
Sir.
If you truly want to help these folks, you can't do it wearing her colors. Not anymore.
Goaded by Apollo's fiery gaze, the man haltingly reaches for the strap holding his armor together and tears it loose. Apollo nods, and the Samaritan lets it fall to the street with a clatter. Sam shakes his head bitterly.
Attaboy. Now get lost.
Dazed, the once proud knight of Nation's Crusade breaks off and rejoins the flow of refugees. Apollo flashes me a satisfied wink, and we continue on to the forward base.
A shame. I'd hoped this was over.
Dufresne, I thought I'd seen the last of you back on Coney Island.
It should have been. But there's a contract out for you, Rondazzo. And I am here to collect.
Before I can reply, I see Dufresne's fender dip. He's trying to ram me off the road. Dufresne pulls an unexpected ramming maneuver. I slam my brakes and attempt to turn into the swerve, but he catches me against the roadside barrier. My car emits a wounded shriek as I break free.
I told you to walk away when you had the chance. It's too late for that now.
Why me? I'm a smuggler, not a baron. Why does the Trust care whether I live or die?
You know their name. That alone is enough. But you've gone and attracted the attention of the wrong people, Randazzo.
This is about Red Aether.
Lucky guess.
I've looked into it. The Trust gave the Barons Red Aether. Wasn't hard to connect the dots. They want it spread for a reason, and don't care who dies for it.
There are lost souls everywhere, Randazzo. You can't save them all. Whether it's a girl in a red scarf or a stranger on the street.
You know what the Trust is doing with the well. You know what happens if it expands. You okay with that?
The trick to staying alive in this business is to never ask those questions. I do my job. I take the money, and at the end of the night, I sleep sound and wake up breathing. You know my story. There are worse things than grounding. I don't intend on seeing the Underline again. For what it's worth, Gia, I'm sorry your story had to end this way.
Fine. Last dance, Dufresne.
Make your peace, Gia. This is the end of the line.
It's you or me, Dufresne.
Peas and crackers! Not my automobile!
Dufresne's repulsors fail, the engine giving out. The world seems still and quiet for a moment as I watch him float toward the edge. Trapped in his car, the steel pulling taut as surely as the noose around his neck. Maybe killing can't fix a thing, but for now, it seems to. His eyes are gray and serene through the windshield, locked on mine. He's just another professional, like me, seconds left before his inevitable fall. Going out the same way we all do eventually. No one else is around to pay the standard respects. I pull a coin from my pocket as his chassis clears the edge and his headlights fall from view. The coin slides over the back of my thumb, then floats over the edge to follow him down. So falls a professional. So dies Tobias Dufresne. The forward base is a bombed-out husk, black streaks of explosive residue marking a grim tally of the lives that were paid to claim this territory. The echoing pop of gunfire from a few short blocks away reveals how close we are to the front lines. Here, in the throat-tightened quiet and on the face of the sentry guard, the atmosphere is taut as a bowstring.
Mr. Ironhand, Mr. Diamond, sirs, welcome. Go on through.
Thanks, pal.
Are you 8-shot Rendazzo?
Sometimes.
Wow, I mean, welcome, ma'am. And thank you.
For? The man seems confused by my question, as though my very existence were a blessing. His reply is painfully earnest.
For everything.
As we pass into the sandbagged sanctuary at the base, I see rebels banging Nation's Crusade helmets with spoons, mocking their enemy with the ringing echoes of their empty skulls.
Gia, be a dear and check on things, would you? Make sure everyone has what they need. It's time to earn your keep, darling.
I'll see if there are any bolts around here I can tighten. Catch you in a bit.
A mother shares what little comfort she can with a frail hug with her son. He catches sight of me and waves me over.
It's you. I can't believe it. It's really you.
Hi.
Honey, this is Gia Rendazzo. This is the woman who saved us.
I feel bile rise like an evil tide in my throat at the plain-faced look of awe on the young boy's face.
Wow.
Have we met?
No. I never thought we'd actually get to speak with a hero of the underground. Aren't we lucky, honey?
Whoa, hero? I've been called a lot of things in my life, but that's a new one.
But you are a hero! My mama told me everything you did. You exploded General Eli. You got rid of that scary Dreamland lady. And you're going to make it so I can go to school again, right?
That's right, sweetie. Gia and the underground will make Annie go away too. And then you can go back to school and keep learning.
I like learning. I like to read. Comic books are my favorite. You're like a comic hero.
I smile weakly and keep my trap squeezed shut. What am I gonna do? Tell him the truth? What good has that ever done? You must have had a tough couple days.
It's all right. We're safe now. When our neighbors started fighting Annie's thugs, I thought we were done for.
Yeah, it was really scary. The bodega on the corner went kaboom!
But that's nothing, honestly. I just hate being so scared all the time. Scared of breaking a new rule we haven't been told about yet. Of the rules that might be coming next.
Nobody should have to live like that.
No. But we did live. And that's what counts.
Yep. Gia's my name. This is all pretty new to me, too. But you know what?
What?
Sometimes, even I get scared.
You do?
Yep. And you know what I do when that happens?
What?
I keep going anyway. Just like you. The boy beams like a 1,000,000-watt spotlight stroking the cheek of a cotton cloud. His mother's eyes are wet with gratitude as she reaches out her hand for mine.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. The shattered remains of a church bell lie half buried in rubble. The only ringing to be heard around here is in the ears of shell-shocked frontline fighters. There's a firelight in the eyes of the sentries on guard duty that even exhaustion and horror hasn't doused. They seem proud to be here. I'm starting to understand how they feel. The camp supply tent is staffed by a woman with black hair and an easy smile. She wipes her brow, the exposed muscles of her arms shining from stacking crates and hauling sandbags. How goes the fight?
Aye. Now, we finally got an ammo restock. We're ready to kick some ass. If you'll pardon the French.
I'll let it slide.
What are you after? We're low on pretty much everything, but we make it work.
What's the situation on the front line?
You know Gethsemane? Where the axe lays her head every night? We're right on her damn doorstep. They say we'll have her in handcuffs by morning.
Really? Hard to believe. Her flock seems pretty devoted.
Devotion only works if you believe in the cause. Plenty of folks have woken up and realized they're on the wrong side of this thing. Her flock's smaller every day.
I'm glad you're so optimistic about our chances.
Don't get me wrong, we're in a tight spot. We're understaffed, underfed, poorly trained, and scared as hell. But you know what keeps us going?
What's that?
The truth. Trust me, waking up and realizing we don't have to listen to her lies anymore. Talk about a shot in the arm.
Help me understand something. We're outnumbered here, but we're pushing them back anyway. What's our secret?
We hit them where it hurts. Their pride. We show them why they should be with us, not against us. It ain't that hard. Not when you can point to that and ask them to tell you with a straight face that everything's gonna be fine.
She jabs a finger in the direction of the swelling gravity blister in the sky, looking for all the world like it's ready to pop. What do you do when you're not changing hearts and minds?
Me? I'm a school teacher. 3rd grade.
I must be gawping like a loon, because she lets out a delighted, musical laugh.
I know. Crazy times, aren't they?
You ever met Apollo Diamond?
Sure. He's a legend around here. He recruited me.
He did? How'd you meet?
Annie and her buckethead showed up at my school. Locked it down, scared the kids half to death. Started listing out all the things we could and couldn't teach anymore. As if she knows best. I went to an underground meeting that same night. And that's where I met Apollo.
A complex tangle of emotions fight for real estate across her youthful face.
He made me finally see what I'd been ignoring for years.
What's that?
The only good Baron is a dead Baron.
Let's see what you have for sale.
We're low on stock, but I'm sure we can spare a few things.
High-pitched wails escape the open flap of the medical tent as a field surgeon and a nurse struggle to keep their thrashing patient's blood from escaping his body. The doctor moves with desperation, while the nurse seems frustrated by what she seems to think are her colleagues' fruitless ministrations.
I can't stop the bleeding. Get the clamp!
This patient's already been triaged. Why are we wasting our time?
Help me, damn it, or we'll lose him.
The nurse folds her arms defiantly, and I notice her glancing suspiciously at a telltale glow in the screaming patient's terrified eyes. Your tourniquet's loose. Something your nurse probably should have pointed out to you already. The doctor looks up at me, surprised, but doesn't waste time. He grabs the leather belt around the Aether's upper leg and cinches it tight. The man's howls of pain ebb into a low, dull moan.
Blood pressure's rising.
I turn to the nurse, my voice gleaming with the same sharp-edged steel as the scalpels on the tray beside her. Stitch him up. She frowns at me, clearly wanting to question my credibility, but unable to argue with the result. She grabs a needle and closes the wound, lacing each stitch with undisguised spite. You've got about 5 seconds to explain yourself.
I don't have time. I have real patients who need my attention.
She shows me her back, moving out from the shadow of the tent. Real patients? What do you call...
Save your breath, hon. She won't operate on Aether's.
What? That's... I don't...
You said it. They're getting hit twice as hard as anyone right now. Which means twice the work for me.
What can I do?
You've done plenty. Unless you've got a cure for bigotry under that hat.
He looks at the prostrate body of the Aether on the slab, and I leave before I can figure out an innovative new way to feel more useless. Rebel fighters, hands trembling with exhaustion, shuffle like ghosts through a food line. I approach one mid-meal, who's mechanically dipping some visibly stale bread into a bowl of colorless soup. Hey there. Got enough to eat?
Nah, not really. Bucketheads cut off our supply lines. A friggin' mouse wouldn't live long on this slop, and we're lucky to have it.
Damn. Anything I can do?
Why? You the new quartermaster?
No, I'm a smuggler, actually.
Then you must be making a killing. I could buy half a seum with what you people charge for a tenderloin these days. Give me some space, will you? They're sending us out again soon.
He waves me away, turning back to his pitiful meal. I don't reply. What would I even say? Sam and Apollo bicker over a table inside a makeshift lean-to, their caustic rhythms as familiar and stressful as fire sirens in the distance.
There's no guarantee of a ceasefire if we keep escalating things.
What would you have us do, old man? Roll over and beg Annie for mercy?
You've overcommitted. A direct assault on Gethsemane is foolhardy, and you know it.
We'll never get another chance, Sam.
You can seek glory on your own time. I won't be party to it.
Oh, selfless Sam. Never even looking for a thank you for his decades of toil and sacrifice. What a crock.
You two blockheads can't even feed your own troops properly. What makes you think you know how to wage a war? Both men have retorts chambered and loaded, but the spark fizzles in the pan as we're interrupted by rapid, stumbling footsteps. Two rebels barge in, breathing hard, their skin painted with dust and blood.
Apollo, sir! We're sustaining heavy fire at Gethsemane. We're dying out there, sir. We need support.
Easy, sport. Easy. You'll have it.
And what's your report, son?
Buckethead set an island adrift. It's falling. We don't know how many is still on there.
What? We'll send rescue, not to worry.
Apollo pulls Iron Hand aside and hisses low so the scouts won't hear him. I hear him just fine, though.
Sam, you said it yourself. We're overcommitted. We can't do both.
in the shadow of the hateful bloated well, hearing the urgency in the island scout's voice and the shouts of refugee children in my head. The ways forward seemed to collapse into one unavoidable path. We just can't leave all those people to die.
My thoughts exactly.
But sir!
Sam turns his weary gaze to the scout from Gethsemane, placing a fatherly hand on the man's quaking shoulder.
What you're doing at Gethsemane is very brave, but saving lives will always come first.
If Apollo's angry to lose his shot at glory, he doesn't show it.
You go, old man. You two scouts, come with me. Let's get you patched up.
I'm coming too. You're gonna need as many hands as we got.
Right. Come on, Gia. There's no time to lose.
An entire island is aflame in the sky, pieces of its blazing tenements plummeting like falling stars into the dark. The Aether repulsors at its heart flicker with a weak and irregular pulse, threatening to blink out entirely.
Good God!
Bucketheads float in an implacable blockade formation, trapping the island's residents at 3 key choke points, condemning them like plague rats on a sinking ship as they try to flee. The troops announce their regret over loudspeakers, even as they spray escaping vehicles with gunfire. I hear them invoke Annie's name, assuring the civilian horde this is all part of God's plan.
What in the name of...
Let's move. We may still have time to help.
His optimistic suggestion flops pathetically to the floor as we watch Annie's fanatical troops shoot innocent people out of the sky. Time is the one thing we don't have. We have to choose. The Bucketheads are too busy to notice us while they skeet shoot the civvies like fat clay pigeons. I take advantage, skimming low underneath the road, rolling down my window, and pulling out my 7-shot piece. Sam, grab the wheel for me, will ya? I lean out and aim upward. My pistol barks as she spikes hot lead into the troop carriers' underbellies, tearing their repulsor manifolds to useless scrap and sending them tumbling.
Good shooting, Gia!
The civvies see their window for a clean escape and take it. waving their gratitude our way as they peel off to safety.
Good work! Quick now, we can still help the others.
Time to put those famous negotiation skills of yours to work, Iron Hand.
Pardon me?
I throttle straight for the blockade, flashing my high beams to steal their attention away from the pedestrians at ground level. I give Sam the signal and he shouts before they can fire.
Knights of Nations Crusade! We're looking to get onto that island. May we pass in peace?
I hear low chuckling over the loudspeaker, and the blockade parts to admit us, their mocking formalities seeming to suggest it'll be our funeral. As we burn blue closer to the island, I don't doubt them. At the first blockade, a loyalist chases down a car and fires at its repulsors. A rage touches off inside me like a forest fire, and it spreads all the way down to the accelerator pedal. I aim for a glancing blow, but we T-bone the troop carrier at full speed. I see the impact jerk Sam's head forward next to me, and hear the strangled gnashing of my fender crumpling like tinfoil.
Gia, what are you trying to do?
The buckethead car goes spinning off, but the civvies they were attacking are intercepted by more troops. I watch through the steam issuing angrily out of my hood as they plummet out of sight.
Gia, look! There!
Sam points to a section of crumbling pipework. Between the bent spars of metal and brick, tiny silhouettes dart around like scurrying rodents. It's an undercity access port, and Aetherians are still there.
Blast! They're probably still down there trying to keep the island afloat.
They'll never make it out in time.
Let's move. We may still have time to help.
It's a death sentence. Are you crazy?
Maybe for us, but if we don't help, it definitely will be for them. Can you live with that?
The thunder of the collapsing island fills my ears. Crackling flames, popping gunfire, shattering concrete, and a constant overtone of shrill human screams. I set my jaw. It's too tight for the car. Come on. Sam and I park at the edge of the Undercity entrance and ignore every survival instinct blazing through our veins. We beat feet for the collapsing island interior. I hope like hell I'm not throwing my life away. The Aether repulsor network is straining like Atlas under a globe of dead weight, its systems giving up the ghost and cascading failures that belch steam, sparks, and unfiltered Aether into the tunnels. Move! Get to the surface! The father huddles over his child, using his back to shield them from falling debris, ushering them to safety even as he plants his feet, intent on staying.
Go, both of you! Topside, now!
A chunk of tunnel ahead has fallen away completely, creating a steel crevasse where the floor panels used to be. Underneath is nothing but open, hungry sky. Someone has braced some metal panels across the gap to serve as a makeshift walkway, which fleeing Aetherians navigate like squirrels along a wire. It could give at any second. Come on, move it! Get going!
You two keep going. I'll check the access tunnels.
Crest disappears into the shuddering, sparking darkness, reappearing further down the path with injured Aetherians in tow. Sam turns to me, the panic and chaos flowing harmlessly over him like rapids around a river stone. He's holding his old slide rule in an open palm.
Take this, Gia. Please. For Cressa.
Moats of broken concrete surround him in the flickering darkness. The metal superstructure is tested by our weight, tones of finality infusing its discordant creaking. I'll keep it safe for you for now, old-timer, if that's what you want. But you're giving it to her yourself. His smile shatters me. It's the smile every father eventually has to give. A smile of infinite patience for a child who denies what they know to be true, given by a parent who will not willingly break their heart.
Thank you.
Sam's already bounding down the tunnel before I can raise a hand to stop him, clearing the chasm in a single bound and wedging his bulky frame in the doorway to hold it open.
Sam!
Go, go, go!
Aether flow out from the gap underneath Sam, crossing the makeshift bridge to safety. He shakes with effort, his aging frame spending its full reserves of power. Sam's glasses fall from his shining face as the molded steel of his prosthetic arm begins to buckle under the strain. There's one last kid behind him. My voice cracks, panicked, desperate.
Sam! Come on, get out of there!
Get them, Gia! Hurry!
I grab the kid. The island shakes like a violent landslide, flinging itself apart underneath us. My eardrums ache, hammered with the din of concrete splitting. Once we're clear, I turn back for Sam. The last glimpse anyone gets of Sam Lowe is his warm, comforting smile as he slides downward out of view. In an instant, the entire half of the island plummets away, and I'm left staring at empty sky.
Oh, Sam.
Cress flings herself towards the empty sky to follow him. I hold her back. I deny her that reunion, that shared fate. As she screams and struggles, I drag her back to a life she couldn't care less about. Urgent hands lead me away, voices ushering me through tears to follow, to run, to escape with my life. I let it happen. I can't do anything else. Sometime later, I realize I'm back at the holdout. No idea how or when. I'm snapped out of my daze by Apollo's sharp voice. His face swims into focus in front of me.
Gia? Gia! Huh. There she is. Thought we lost her for a moment there.
Apollo?
In the flesh, darling. The bastards haven't killed me yet. Tell me you have good news.
I think we helped. I don't know.
You did. You did.
Wait a minute. The assault. Did Annie...
Slow down, Gia. First things first. Where's that old basset hound Sam? I have a few things to run by him.
The Aether made it out. Every last one. Sam made sure of that. I watch a dozen emotions flit across Apollo's sculpted face like the pages of an open book in a soft breeze. He paces, running from the truth, but it catches up. It always does.
Sam? Where's Sam?
I try to say he was great, to the very end. I try to explain why and how he died, saving a child. But when I open my mouth, nothing but silence comes out. I squeeze my eyes tight. I feel hands holding my shoulders. There's no artifice anymore. No pretense, no performance. Apollo Diamond is just a man, caught in a wave of grief over the loss of his closest friend. I hold him in a tight embrace as it crashes over us both. I want to say something, but there is nothing to say. Nothing to do but to let the grief wash over us. Let the ache run over and through us. When we finally come apart, our eyes are red, our breathing ragged. Apollo, you have to tell me what happened. Where's Annie?
The assault on Gethsemane was a resounding failure, of course. I had to stay here, manage things.
And your rebels?
I'm told they died well.
Damn it. I'm sorry.
Annie eventually capitulated, gave herself up.
What? Why?
You're really out of it, eh? Want to have the medic take another look at you.
Apollo.
She heard about the island, Gia, and what her so-called loyalists were doing. She was horrified. And very grateful to you and Sam for trying to stop it.
You mean she didn't?
She'd never sanctioned such a thing. And it made her realize she'd lost control at last, I suppose. She made the only choice she felt she had left.
Where is she now?
Safe. In our custody. She's been cooperative, I'll give her that.
What do you mean?
She's answering all our questions, going along with everything peacefully. It's all very civil. I wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her, mind you, but it's a victory, I suppose.
She surrendered? Just like that?
Just like that. We're taking her to meet you and the Powder Puff Professor in Central Park.
That's good news. We can't do this without our Aether towers.
We?
A small smile splits the wet streaks on Apollo's face, and there's a shadow of his old impish humor at the edge of his lips. Yeah, Hollywood. We.
Atta girl.
Cress appears at the tent's threshold, her edges smudged and undefined, like a ghost caught halfway between worlds. I cross to her and bring out Sam's slide rule. Her face darkens in a nightfall of grief.
His old slide rule, huh?
What's it for? She controls her voice with the same steel will that drives all her kin, that keeps New York City floating and free. But she can't control the tears.
Quick calculation. He used to say, never give an answer unless you're sure of it.
I've never heard you say anything you weren't 100% sure about. He was proud of you, Cress. Apollo Diamond gazes up into the pink gloaming hanging over our city and closes his eyes, as if expecting his old friend's voice to float down back at him in reassurance. It doesn't.
None of this would have been possible without him, you know? I was always so damned sure. But he was always there to steer me right. Now, I don't know what to do.
We finish it. His way. He looks at Cress, who takes his hand in hers, and blinks away the fresh tears blooming in his eyes.
Right. His way.